not. Like I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of the Avatar films. I'm a huge fan of the experience that they give me. Now, with Avatar tickets going up on Monday, which is pretty cool because this podcast goes up on Monday as well. It's really interesting because the recent news that the Endgame trailer has been attached to the screenings of Avatar, that's got to bring some huge excitement. And for tickets going up, I don't know. I think we could see a pretty big spike in terms of just everyone wanting, I mean, possibly maybe some apps crashing, like an AMC app crash, possibly. I mean, who knows? That would be pretty interesting. In terms of Avatar's popularity, because it's very fascinating that it seems like there's this stigma or it's just fashionable to hate on Avatar, which is unfortunate because it's one of in terms of the CG of it, in terms of everything that goes into it, it is one of the most beautiful looking films, one of the most beautiful looking film franchises to ever grace the screen. These two films have made over $5 billion, and it's just interesting how it seems like, I don't know, people just don't dig it. I don't think it's that. I mean, it just seems like it's just fashionable to hate on in a sense, which is unfortunate. In terms of just giving us a fantastic experience, and I think for film, especially going to the theater, that's what it's all about. The experience of witnessing a story like this and how it's presented to us with these wild, crazy, cool blue people and how they go about their world and their ways and how they're connected to humanity in a sense. It's just a great time with these fun and rich characters. You get, I mean, one thing this film franchise doesn't slack on is a deep cast with some fantastic performers that just always deliver, period. And it seems like there's been some behind the scenes where you see them in the motion capture outfits just giving their all in performances, and you totally see that within these pictures. So, I don't know, I'm very curious to see how ticket sales will go. David, with tickets going up, with Avatar coming out soon, what's your thoughts on the situation?
Avatar: The Way of Water was probably the best theater experience I have ever had,
Which we saw
and
together.
we did see
Yeah,
it
that
together.
that was
Yes,
that was 3D. 3
we we did see it in 3D,
Yeah.
and it was interesting because 3D feels like it's not really a thing anymore. Like it was when the first Avatar came out in 2009, and that was such a groundbreaking film. And just the second Avatar came out, and it felt like it quietly made like a billion
2
or a
billion.
couple 2 billion.
Yeah, over
Like it quietly made like $2 billion. Like people weren't. I feel like people weren't talking about it enough, but it was just such a beautiful film. I can only imagine what is going to be in store for the next film. It seems like James Cameron is just he just breaks filmmaking for every Avatar movie that he does. And, he did it with the first one. And then the second one was the underwater stuff. And I can only imagine what this third one's going to be. I can expect nothing less. The best theater experience, period.
right.
The Avatar movies, that's what they are. I never got to see the first Avatar in theaters, but I'm so blessed to see the second one and so hyped for the third one.
Yeah. Now I do have a question for you. So like in terms of Avatar, like would you say you prefer, like would you say you're a fan of the franchise in terms of the characters and the stories, and then kind of compare that to the experience of it? Because it, in a way, it almost seems like the experience of these films are really what like entice us, but like being a fan of like the Avatar characters or being a fan of like this world, it just feels kind of separate in a way. I don't know. Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying, and it is strange. It's
Right.
it's it's
Yeah.
strange in
Well,
a way.
like, I mean, I think a perfect example is like with Superman. Like, I am a huge Superman fan. I love superheroes, and then the Superman movie just came out with James Gunn, and that was amazing. So it's like you kind of have a layered love. While with Avatar, like I love the experience of Superman, and then I love the Superman character and all the characters that are within the world of Superman. But then with something like Avatar, you have the world of Avatar, but then you have the experience. And those, I don't know, for me, they definitely line up in certain ways, but for the most part, not. Like I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of the Avatar films. I'm a huge fan of the experience that they give me. It's just kind of an interesting thing.
That is very interesting because you think a movie that made $2 billion twice would have fans of the franchise, the Avatar world, the Avatar characters, more so than the experience that it gives you.
Right.
So that's a very interesting point that people go for the experience. They don't necessarily go because they're it's the Avengers, and like there's all these interesting characters in it that already have an audience. It's like
Yeah.
you go because it's going to be an experience unlike anything that is has been presented in a theater before. And the Avatar world is just the vehicle for the amazing experiences that James Cameron is able to create.
Yeah. It's just a super interesting thing. Can't wait. It's coming very soon.
And people going to the theaters to see trailers, I wonder if we'll see things like that on social media where people talking about I'm just going just to see the Doomsday trailer. I wonder
Yeah.
if we'll see that pop up on people's feeds on Instagram and TikTok. So that's kind of it. That's going to be interesting to see. Is it going to be a teaser or is it going to be like a full trailer? Because the Odyssey was a teaser.
Yeah. So from what the reports are saying, it sounds like a legit trailer. So
Okay.
I would assume like a minute 30 to 2 minutes. I mean, if it's
Okay.
I'd say if it's a legit trailer, definitely more than 2 minutes. But I mean, man, that would be sick to see just a legit trailer because a teaser only gives us so much. But I mean, then again, we got over a year before it comes out because it comes out around next Christmas.
Hmm.
So it's a plenty of time. I mean, just like Odyssey giving us a trailer a year in advance is pretty gnarly. But in terms of like the prowess that Odyssey has with Nolan behind it, and then Doomsday has with the MCU behind it, there's a lot of grandness to it. So it makes sense to drop a trailer this early. That is the Avatar tickets going up on sale Monday. Should be excited. I'm definitely gonna get my tickets early because I want to see this film pretty bad. Definitely seems like I'd say after seeing two Avatar films, this third one I'm probably the most excited to see because Pandora is a rich, beautiful landscape with some neat characters, and the experience is probably going to be pretty epic. Can't wait to check it out.